Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Zenler Educational Live Desk. If you are watching us live on Facebook, this is your chance to hop on to the live session. The Zoom direct link is in the description of this post. Join us live, ask your questions. Every session sets its own theme as we start. A lot of times people join in the starting of the session, and a lot of times we get people as we keep on going the session. Today, we don't really have anybody in until now. We're expecting people to come in and ask their questions. Probably closer to the weekend, everybody is creating notes as to what they should be doing for their business. If you're watching us live on the Facebook, there's a link in the post description. Hop on that and come and ask questions. I'm right here to help you with anything that you need related to your site or your business. We don't really have to only answer questions that are related to Zenler website. It could be about your business, it could be about your offer, it could be about a marketing strategy that you're thinking to deploy for your business. Anything that supports you and the business that you are running on the Zenler side, we are happy to help and brainstorm. I see that the email is yet to be delivered, and that is why probably it's taking a little bit of time today for people to join in. Usually, before I even hit live, there are people in the room waiting for me to, answer questions to them, but I have to hold them on saying that, give me a minute, we are going live in a minute. But today, I think there's going to be a little bit of time as people join in. If you're watching this live, feel free to hop on. And by the time that happens, I'll take a quick look at Facebook and if there are any questions that I can answer while the session is running. Oh, by the way, if you have been tagging David and asking tons of questions, just wait for a little while. He is on a off until the weekend, and as soon as he's back, so will be his energy to answer all your questions. Okay, I see one question from Jennifer. How do you feel about offering payment plans? I have had nothing but hassles with them. Is there a way to easily outsources and integrated with New Zenler with a third-party company that offers financing? Okay, I think Jennifer, what you're trying to ask here is that if the users that have to buy your products or your programs, can they have financing options? So if you integrate your New Zenler account with payment gateways like PayPal and Stripe, these gateways do offer plans like using a credit card, using an account. They can always make the payment and split it on their bank. You receive the whole payment, but the bank does the splitting up for them, so that's easier for you. If that's your question, I would like a little bit of more context. If you can, hop on the meeting if you're around, and I'll be happy to answer that. Okay. All right, so one of the questions, I think it's a very good question. Hillary asks, in one of the welcome sessions, we learned that there is a way to copy a website over News and Law. If there is a resource for that. And we have Stephanie in. Hi, Stephanie. Hope you're doing good. I'll just answer that question and I'll come back to you. So Hillary, we can copy a website over to Zenler, but it should be from a New Zenler account. Copying a website from another platform to New Zenler might be, a difficult task to do, but you have to copy over from a New Zenler site to a New Zenler account. I hope that answers the question. Yes, Stephanie, how can I help you today?
Hi, I have two
Yes.
questions.
Yes.
One is I've set up a membership as a bundle. So the bundle has currently my one core course, and then over time I'm going to add a second course that will each month get new content added. I went in for the first time to look at
Okay.
the app, So the other thing is I had decided, like in the long run, I might introduce a community, but it was holding me up needing to learn about the community. So I thought I'm just not going to offer that for right now. But I noticed when I go into the Zenler app, signed in as a student, community is one of the things across the bottom. Is there any way to turn that off temporarily, or is that just a standard setting?
Okay. When you talk about the standard setting of the community, can you just fill me in once again?
Um, can you see that on my phone?
Yes, I can.
So see how there's the community when I'm signed
Yes,
into
correct.
the, so I'm just wondering like, because I know a community is automatically set up, but I'm not like
Right.
promoting it or actively talking about it. It's not a huge deal if it's permanent, because I probably will use it eventually, but is there a way to turn it off so that it can't be seen?
Okay, let me just quickly check it. I think that's a space, and you're on the app, right?
That's the app. Yeah.
Yes, I think it is dynamic in nature and it is
Oh,
permanent because it is a part of the structure. But having said that, I would advise you to write at support@zenler.com so that they could
okay.
give you a definite answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then the other question is again, this might be for support, and maybe I have to make a video, but um I think I'm struggling a bit because I've done a membership, because I'm not just like selling a single course, right? So
Okay.
when somebody, I'm trying to think of how I wrote really good notes for myself to ask this question. Um, okay, so when people click login, um, like from the email that I've written, it's not going to the login page, even though that is literally the link that I've put, right? Which is because they're already logged in. Okay. So then I'm like, okay, now what I would like them to really do is land on the membership dashboard, I think. But what's happening is I changed the homepage for logged in people,
Right.
thinking it was going to take them to the page. Anyway, is that the right thing that I should be doing? Changing the homepage for logged in? Because it's not taking them where I want them to go right now.
Okay. So, what I'm understanding is that you have changed the homepage for the login, and
And then I
yet
changed it back.
yeah, yet they're not landing on the right page. So what you also need to do is maybe when you are logging in, you might be seeing, okay, is this the page that we're going to get in when we log in? You would have to test it as a student because when you log in, what you see is an admin. You need to test it as a student to see that what do they get when they log in.
Right. I will admit I am having a problem because even when I try to do incognito, there's some messing up. Like so I guess if so I log out. I feel like I am logged out though. Like I don't know.
What
Um
I'm trying to say is whatever you're trying to do, always test it as a student and not just the admin because
well
the admin has the admin view.
that's what I am trying to do.
Uh,
Um the oh, I know. Oh, okay.
what
So
you might be doing is
I actually think it did work as a student. I think it did work. Okay. So picture somebody
okay.
clicks to log in, they go to the page that I wanted them to do. But the problem I was having was then when I went as the admin to just log in, it took me to the sales page because I wasn't logged in. Anyways, it was doing something funky. All right.
You might
I'm
have changed the
recognizing.
logged out page also. You might have changed the logged out page also. Just check that also once. Because the home page also gives you an option to change the logged out page.
Okay. So rather than talk specifically about my problem, because I'm not articulating it very well, and I actually think I probably just need to make a video because I think I don't even remember properly what happened. Um, can you just describe for me what makes sense? Because this was another concern that I had. Like right now, I'm only, oh, okay. Okay. So let's talk about the My Courses page, right? Because normally I might have said that I would put as the spot to land for when someone is logged in, right? But the
Right.
problem for me is that I've sold a bundle. And so if they go to My Courses, all they see is the one course. They don't see my landing page for the membership.
Okay. That is because they are logging in into a courses page, course access page. That is why they are only able to say the course access. What I would do is I would design a custom section on the same page the way I would want it. Put a graphic behind it, put a text behind it. I would design it and then put a button on it and say see membership. And in that button, put the sales page
Ah,
of your membership.
see, I didn't think of that. That I can
Yeah.
customize how that My Courses page looks. Because see, right now
Correct.
for me, and this could change, but the membership is currently the only thing I'm thinking about selling. Like all roads lead there. But that
Right.
I might change my mind about that, right?
Yeah.
So this idea that I could go to the My Courses page, I could actually set it up for now to overlap a fair bit with what I've done on that other dashboard, right?
Yes, right.
Okay. Okay. And then I would set that as the home page for logged in, right?
Right.
Okay. Oh boy, that is a really, really helpful suggestion. Thank you so much.
Sure.
And I think I'm going to pop off. So thanks.
Yes. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you for asking the wonderful question.
Oh, hi, is it just me now? You hear me?
Yes. Hi, Hillary. Tell
Hi.
me.
My camera, I have a new monitor and I don't have a camera, so I
No
apologize.
problem.
I'm not here yet. Um, my group is newer to New Zenler, so I apologize if
Okay.
it's a little bit too basic, but we had our little, it was like a 25-minute check-in with one of the staff, and we had more questions. He gave an overview and really should have just said, can we just ask our questions? So I'm going to ask them to you if that's okay, and we'll.
Yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
No,
That's
okay,
why
okay,
this
great.
call is meant for.
Okay, great. Thank you. Yeah, I tried to get on, I don't know, a couple weeks ago and it wasn't, I couldn't find it or wasn't live maybe. Okay,
Okay.
anyway, um, okay, I think we answered that one. So okay, we talked about that. Okay, so I'm talking about the funnel. We were wondering, what is it right here? Support. Okay, so we're wondering for the funnel and setting up a note to leads. How many attempts can we make as make to contact them if they're a lead for us? Is there a
Okay.
limited
Got it.
number?
You may just say how many touch points or how many emails can you send if there is a lead, right?
Right, and they don't opt in. They don't end up joining. Is there a limit on how many times we can outreach to them?
Okay. So on your account, if you're a pro member, there is a certain number of emails you can send per month. I think 1 lakh emails if you're a pro
Yes.
member,
Right.
and about 5 lakh emails if you're a premium member. I don't remember the
We're
correct
pro. We're the
number
pro.
there.
Yeah. The pro.
Okay. So it is not on how many times you can send an email to the person, it is how many total emails can you send. For
Okay.
example, you have 20 people. So now if you have to send 1 lakh emails, you can send 100 emails to those 20 people. It will
Right.
still be 20,000, right?
Right. Right.
But let's say you have 20,000 people in the system and you send 100 emails, so it will be 2 lakh emails, which has gone beyond the limit
Yes.
of the monthly allowance that you have. So it is not
Okay.
about how many times you can touch base a person, it is the total number of emails that you can send.
Through that time period. Okay. Very good. That's
Right.
helpful. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
right.
the
Hi,
same.
Mark. Good to see you. In a while.
Regular.
It's been a while, that's true. How are you? How you
I'm
been?
good. How about you?
Really good, really good. Thank you. Thanks for asking. It's happy to be back, to be here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's been a long while. I think I'm meeting you after weeks.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's over maybe 4, 5 months.
Yeah.
Because
Not even weeks, months.
yeah, yeah.
Hopefully
Because
that's hopefully yeah. Hopefully
after
that's a good sign.
watching all these tutorials, then I get less and less questions. So that's good, right?
Okay. So that
Right.
means tutorials are helping.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. Yeah, yeah. I'm always checking them.
Right. Yes,
So,
Hillary.
However,
Fred, I have some more questions. Sorry.
oh,
Sorry
Yes,
to
go ahead, go
absolutely.
sorry.
ahead.
I'm
Mark,
sorry. I
I'll
don't have
answer your
my camera.
questions
Oh, good.
after I answer Hillary's questions. Yes, Hillary, go ahead.
All right, I'll try and be brief here, Mark. Sorry. Is there any way that you can help us either, or if you have how you define your different roles that you put in, that you have the instructor and is there any flexibility on those labels, or they're just labels that we use as we see fit? I don't have my thing up to see, but they
Okay, so are
are.
you talking about the different roles in Zenler and how
Yeah,
can
that
you
that we
assign
can
roles?
mark people to be.
Okay. So no, you're asking two different questions. One is where
Okay.
you mark people, and second is where you can assign them roles. So assigning
Yes.
roles in Zenler, I'll give you a support document. Assigning roles in Zenler is somebody is a student, somebody is an assistant,
Right.
somebody has admin access. These are roles in Zenler. And when you say that if you can mark people in terms of, maybe which funnel they came from, which campaign they came from, which promotion they came from, that is tags in Zenler. So I'll send you both. I'll send you a resource on tags, and I'll send you a resource on users in Zenler as well.
Very good. Okay, users, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Yeah,
So I wasn't on the right page to find it.
no
Okay, so
problem.
you're gonna send me support, and that's in the chat, or you've want me to give
I'm
an
sending
email?
it in the chat. Just
In
give
the
me
chat.
1 minute.
Okay.
And what you
Very
can
good.
always do is, I'll also show this resource to you because I'm going to do the same thing. I'll do it with you here. So you told me that you would want to learn for tags, right? So I'll put tags
No, well, the
as
tag, yeah,
first.
actually tags, we understand more. It was more the if you can show me the
Users.
users, yeah, if because
Correct.
we're not using it directly as a course
Right.
application,
I'll
so just
find
trying
that
to
as
make
well
it.
for you. But all you have to do is put your tag in this support.newsletter.com. Put your tag here, and it is users
Oh, I see.
role. Yeah.
Okay, so
So,
that's the link support. Yes. Okay, thank you. Because the one of the things they had us get to this, and then I couldn't find it, so that's why I put that in the
right.
the Facebook
I'll send this
yesterday.
to you, which says, no,
Yes, I
this
have it
is,
open now, so thank you.
yeah. I would want to share a resource with you which gives you all the multiple roles in Zenler. There is a resource, but I'm not getting I think, yeah, this is the one. Okay. I'll share the resource with you.
Oh, thank you.
I'll
It saves me a
user
little time. Thank you. I
access.
appreciate that.
I'll also search for the user access for you.
Okay, so we'll go read that and figure out how that works, and if I have more, I'll come back. Um,
Yeah.
okay, so then basically okay, so we have another category of people, like I said, like one was about leads, but we have people that are I would call more our partners, or like affiliates to us. They aren't necessarily members of our group. So do they need to become official subscribers? Is there a way to that we could just tag them and then that's sufficient? Like we can add them and then
You need
tag them?
to, what I would suggest is if you could go through have you gone through the first three programs that we recommend in Zenlo?
The first three, maybe not. Let's go ahead and
Okay.
read those. Yeah.
So if you log into this site, which is tutorials.newszenler.com,
Yes, I
and
have that. Mhm.
okay, great. When you log in into this, you can go here to click on CR Training Library. So I'll
Yes.
click on CR Training Library here. And as we go down, 1 second. Learn Zenler. So here's the one, Learn Zenler.
Learn Zenler one. Okay,
And
let's see which
I'll
one I
send this
did.
link to you. The first three. Start
Yes.
the
Oh, this we
start
did.
guide.
Yeah, we did do some of these. Okay.
I would suggest if you could do all of these and spend time on this, because a lot of your
Okay.
questions I see are platform related as you get started on the platform. If you
Okay.
watch them thoroughly, you will still have questions and you can still come to these sessions and get it answered. But if you watch them, a lot of your questions will get answered in the beginning.
Yes, I have the checklist. I have that ready. Okay, so you think some of them, okay, that's fine. It's just more,
Right.
yeah, because we don't quite fit the whole mold, so that's why I just want to make sure that we're doing okay. Okay.
Sure.
Sorry, I'm almost done, Mark. I have one more here. Let's see. We talked about customizing fields. We couldn't do that. We talked about that. Oh, we had an issue. We were trying to do a test broadcast email. And does your system auto save, or is there a save function? We ended up losing the whole draft that she made.
You have to save
You have
the
to
email
save,
once
you
you
have to
write
save
it.
it. Okay, so and then there was no control Z to bring it back, so we couldn't even, it was all lost.
There is.
Control
If you
Z. Okay,
haven't saved
maybe we
it,
were past the time to do it. It didn't work.
yes.
Whatever. But there is a save button then that we have to find. Okay.
Yeah,
It's not an auto save. Okay.
right.
Um, and then I did do a send email to get approved, like we did a test email or whatever, and then that we said we had to do something, get approval from you guys to actually use it. Should that have come back already? Because I feel like that's been a long time, but I don't make
You
it
would
look.
just have to check with support for that one.
That's a support question. Okay.
Yes, any technical support, you would have to check with them.
Is there an email that we reach out to
Yeah,
them by or?
yes, absolutely. Support at zenler.com.
Okay, easy enough. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's the technical support with the email. Okay.
Yes, that's the technical support. Like you can get all of the questions answered here, which are more educational in nature. And any resources you need for the tech, we are able to help you with. But any specific problem that you're hitting for the tech, that is something that you can write to support at zenler.com.
Okay, that's wonderful. Thank you. I will let Mark get in here and
Yeah.
we will keep learning and getting through. And it was nice to hear Mark say he, had to watch and learn, and he's getting better and less calls into you. So thank you for that reminder too.
Hey, Lori, if you're
Yes,
still around, I
yes,
just
I'm
wanted
here.
to share with you in the chat another link to
Oh,
the
thank you.
Zenler role matrix,
Oh,
which is it's just
wonderful.
a table with all
Yes,
the roles and everything that they can do.
That is
awesome.
the one
That's
I
good
was
for my
looking for,
Oh
actually.
yeah.
visual learning. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I appreciate that.
All right. Yeah, it's gonna be helpful.
And if depending on your questions, you don't mind if I listen in just so I can continue to learn?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Don't
Thank
worry,
you.
we'll stay as long as you want.
Okay. Thank you.
I remember at the beginning I used to do that. Remember,
Yeah,
like I would
I
come
learned
and
from other
be the
people, so
whole
it's good.
session. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
because I may not have questions at the moment. I mean, at the
Right.
time, but their questions helped me to be like,
Yes.
oh, do I know that? Do I know how to do that? Yeah.
Okay. Good. I'm glad that was a good news.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, Mami, can I ask you a question about
Yes, please go ahead. You're
creating?
asking me a question whether
Yeah.
you can ask me a question or not.
True. Sorry, I'm still a little bit because I just woke up like, oh my god, they have a session because I was checking my phone. Oh my god, okay, it's live. It's my time to ask a question that's been in my mind for a while
Okay.
now. The
Yes.
thing is, okay, so when I have my site and I create classes or live interactive webinars as a owner of the site,
Okay.
everything goes very well. Perfect. No problem. Everything goes perfect. But
Okay.
I have a client and I am in her site as assistant. I personally said I want to be an assistant. I don't want to be a site admin because I don't want to be involved in any like financial
Right.
information or anything,
Right.
right? Okay. So I said, can I be an admin? Sure. Okay. So I'm an admin. She is the owner and there are other instructors in her site. The other day, one of the instructors, she was like, okay, I'm going to do a live class for my course. So I created the live class as the assistant. Turns out she wasn't able to open the session. Fortunately, I was home. Oh, I was near home. She wasn't open to open it because the button that says start session doesn't is not enabled for her if I create the session for her. If I create a live class for her, she can't start it. So I know that there's this option that says add co-host, but I still have to be I still have to be home, and I still have to open the session myself to add her as the co-host, like as well inside Zenler. I mean, the Zoom, right? So what I did was, okay, what's your username? What's your password? I logged in as the instructor. I created the session, and now she can do her lives, right? Now the problem is that the owner, she also is going to have a live session, and again, like I don't want to see that information. I mean, it's okay, it's fine, like it doesn't matter. But I was just wondering, like, is there a way that I can create the live class for her, for the owner, without having to ask her for her username and password? Because, like, to me, it's like, I mean, I don't want to have to do that for every, like, if I have, like, every client I have, if they need to have a live session, what am I going to do? Yeah. So
Okay.
is something I'm missing?
The reason
Or
could
was
be
that the
the
way?
role, probably. Maybe, assistants do not have that kind of an access. For example, the same, role metrics document that you've given, I've just opened it up. I'll just share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
See, we are looking at an instructor, and it says own data. Instructor is basically someone who hosts a program or a course, is what we understand. Let us go to the live area. 1 second. Let us look at the live. So in live, it says yes. But at the same time, it also says own data, which means
Mm-hmm.
an instructor is supposed to, create lives for themselves. Maybe that is why that is the problem. Because instructor is meant to be maybe a partner sort of on the LMS for the
Mm-hmm.
person who owns the site. So maybe you would like to go on a support role doesn't have the live. So you'll have to go on other admin only. Or you might want to go to an assistant because an assistant has the live access. And I'm assuming if you create lives as an assistant, you might have more access.
Yeah, but I created them as the assistant. I'm the assistant in that
Oh,
site.
okay. I thought you're the instructor.
No, I'm the assistant. I'm the assistant. The owner is the site admin, and she has instructors.
Okay. And the lives that you are creating, she's not able to switch them on, like she's not able to run them. Correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
That
guess
should
what,
not
like the
be, that should not happen because she has super admin. Super admin is actually the owner, which has access to everything. So
I was thinking maybe she can create the live class just like with the most basic um, settings, and then I can go in and
what I
set
would
it up
suggest
because
is that write to support@zenler.com once with a short video because I'm sure there is something technical in there which I'm not able to place my site at. Because a
yeah.
super admin should have access to the entire site, every live, everything, apart from maybe instructors because they have their own data. But since you are an assistant, I don't think there should be a problem at all for you to
Yeah.
create the live and the owner not being able to access it. That should not happen. It can be vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
I would suggest try to support@zenler.com and I'm sure they will help with an answer.
Yeah. I will then. Thank you very much. And I don't have no more questions.
All right. Thanks,
Thank you so
Kumar.
much. It was nice to see you. Take care.
Absolutely. Hi, Shivi. How can I help you? All right. If you're watching us live and you have a question, the Zoom link is right in the description of the Facebook event where you're watching us live. Hop onto the room, ask your questions, and get your answers. Meanwhile, if you're coming in, I will just put a waiting screen on, maybe to sip a cup of tea. But if you call me, if you put a message on the chat, I'll be right there, maybe a minute here or there. Write your questions on the chat and hop on as you see us live. I'm right here for the next 1 hour.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can
Yeah,
clearly.
sorry about that. I've not done this before. I've completely mixed up
No
Facebook
problem.
and
Welcome.
hi. Well, it's lovely to see you. I'm trying to solve an issue around the blog posts actually.
Okay.
I have just written to the Zenler support, but I thought I'd jump in and try out the support post, the page, and I've put 2 blog posts up, and it's coming up as no index, SEO no index. So I've
Okay.
been looking at the the site settings for the blog post, the blog page. Everything appears to be as it should be.
Okay.
I said everything's enabled, everything's it can be viewed by anyone, but it comes up as no index. Any ideas on that?
Okay. So when you say no index, can you share a screenshot with me so that I can take a quick look?
I can.
The URL is not on Google. Oh, you're asking a question about the Google Search Console, is it?
Why it's
Oh,
not
that's
picking
the
up the
question.
post. Oh, I'm asking a question about whether there's something on the blog post that is stopping it being found in Google on the.
Your page cannot be indexed. Pages aren't indexed, can't be served on Google. See the details below. Okay, 1 minute. Have you done, there's a particular procedure that is to be done on Zenler. 1 minute. Sitemap. Have you done the sitemap on Zenler?
Yes, and I've
Okay.
submitted that into Google Search Console.
Okay. Because if the sitemap is done correctly, then this should not happen. So I'll just send you the resource for the sitemap. Just double check if it is done the way it is being guided here.
Okay,
I've sent it on the chat.
I've got that. Yeah. Um, yeah. In fact, I actually recreated the sitemap today to see if that was the problem. The sitemap. Yeah. Yeah, the sitemap is fine. It is as you've got there, and it shows up as a successful in Google Console.
Okay. And we also have to do this task every time you publish a blog post. You would just have to, revisit the sitemap. 1 second. Um,
Yep, I did do that. You recreate it, don't you, when you put a blog post on?
right. This one, which is sitemap creation and recreation in Zenler. I will just share this resource with you as well. Just take a look and see, if this was done. In case all of this is done, all's good, still not working, then support is your best friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big ideas don't come easy.
Diana, if you're saying anything, you're muted.
Sorry, I'm not very good at this, am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have done the recreating the sitemap, and the both posts are showing as no index, and
Okay.
one of them showing a 500 code error. So yeah, I am scratching my head with this. So
Okay.
I have written to send the support today.
Yeah. Just wait for them to respond, and I'm sure they will help you with the most accurate answer, for you to help understand that why is it not in text, if you've done it already.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's nothing else I on the page that I've missed. No buttons, no.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Because I is there any point where there's an SEO turn on and off? Because on most of your pages, you have a SEO drop down, and then it brings up a preview, and you can turn SEO off if it's on, or vice versa. But it doesn't have that with
Um,
blog.
you can do this on the pages, but it is SEO for the page.
It's
So
send
nothing to do with indexing.
yes.
but it won't there. That's not there. It just tells me to go back to the blog post when there. So the blog page,
Yeah.
there is that SEO that you're saying, but when I click on that, it tells me you can change the content of the blog in the blog post. There's no on-off SEO there, and I'm wondering if I've switched that off and I can't get it back on again or something. Does
Okay.
that make sense?
It does, but what I would suggest is the question that you're asking for, that is indexing the entire site into Google. And since you've done the associated, suggestions already, I would request
Mm.
you to write to support, which you've already done. Just give them a little
Yeah.
bit of time to help you out.
Yeah. Okay then. Okay.
Yeah.
I just wondered whether there was something I was missing that was a bit sort of obvious, but clearly it's something a little bit more technical.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Manmeet. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi.
Susan, tell me.
So I don't know if this is possible, but can we set up a Zenler Live? I think the one-to-one where you don't need to book on, you just kind of go and it's on. And within that, can you automatically get it to run a video? So people join in and then they see a video
That's
being.
not possible in Zenler at the moment.
So would that be a Zenler thing as well?
That kind of feature is not in Zenler right now.
Yeah,
What I
that's what I
think
mean.
you're asking
A
for.
Zoom. Would that be a Zoom thing that we'd need to work
No,
out?
that would not be a Zoom thing. That's a feature that is not in Zenler right now because I think you're asking for automatic video, like webinars, where you can select the time and the video runs automatically, like a
Oh, what's
webinar
that?
maybe.
Hang on, what's that? What did you
You said
say?
you said right that you would want that somebody selects the space and the video runs automatically. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
So are you looking for a sign in or are you looking for them to select the time and then it runs?
No, the time is set, and then everyone at the same time can log in and see the same video at the same time. Is that possible?
Uh, I think no, because in our you can, do that in marketing funnels, because in marketing funnels, you can say that this is the time when it would run. But technically, when they come on the thank you page, it's practically a video. There would be no room that would open up for people to join and then interact in. It would just be a video that would play for them. If you're looking for an interactive experience of a room opening and people, attending it live and commenting, that's not a feature that's in Zenler right now.
Okay, so someone would have to be there, run the video.
Yes, right.
Mm, okay.
Yeah.
But sorry, could you just take me to that other thing where people click on and there's a video playing? That's
Uh,
just, but we've
That's a
got that
marketing
anyway.
funnel. Yeah, that's a marketing funnel. You have a landing page, they put their name, number, details. You position the marketing funnel in a way where you say, okay, 8 p.m. IST, this is going to run. 8 p.m. IST is when you need to get in. You position the design that way. But technically, they're putting their name, number, email ID. They come to the thank you page where they have a video running as soon as they sign up. But that can happen automatically. Like the moment they sign up, they'll see a video. Or
Yeah.
what you could do is that they come on the thank you page and they receive the message that thank you, we have received your details, you will get the video at the time, and then you set up an email which has one more page added in the funnel which drops exactly at 8 p.m. IST for everyone. 8 p.m., whatever time zone you are in, it exactly drops at that 8 p.m. time zone and says that the video is live, watch the video and share this and that. So that video is also dropped to everyone at one time, not when they are entering. That could happen as well.
Okay.
But it would
But
not be an interactive experience. It would be a recorded video that they would get technically.
yeah.
Yeah.
So for the best interactive experience for everyone doing this thing together,
doing it live is the only option in Zenler at this moment.
Hmm. Okay, so the affiliate program, I've never used this, but I think it would be very handy for us. But I don't know what it is. Could you just kind of talk me through it?
Okay, and the affiliate program is for you to join people into your system so that they could sell your programs and your products.
Oh, they sell our programs.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so it's not like we invite someone in to sell their own programs within or courses within our system.
You could do that. You could add them as instructors and let them, sell their programs. But if you want to share percentage, that is something when you add them to, I mean, you let them sell your programs and then you add a pricing to that.
Do you have
Am I
any
clear?
examples?
Yes, of course. I'll share a resource with you.
Thank you.
Give me 1 minute. Yeah.
Or maybe I should ask this question. So we've got several instructors that make their own program, and I'm kind of dealing with all the finances and giving
Okay.
people shares. But is there an easier way to do that?
Okay. Let me just quickly check. Yeah, so I will send you this document. This will help you understand how you can do that easily. If you still have questions, just let me know.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
All right. Hi, Jacob. How can I help you?
Hi, Mehmet. So we have a funnel including a survey, one of the new surveys,
Okay.
and it seems to be working correctly, at least when I do the workflow. But when we try to see the results of the survey, we cannot find them anywhere. So it's like we go to and we can follow and we can see the report, but the report keeps empty, like zero has answered, which we know is not correct. Even though if we try to fill in data ourselves, it does not show up inside the report of the survey.
Oh, okay. Have you written to support?
I have reached, yes, and they say that they could not replicate that issue on their side. Well, okay, but we can definitely see it here.
Okay. Um, because this is, somewhere I don't have access to the account. Can you share your ticket number? I'll share it with the team and I'll expedite this.
Okay, I can send that into the chat. Let me just find it and then send it into the chat. Is that all right?
Yeah, absolutely. That is.
Fantastic. Thank you.
All right. Hi, Michelle. How can I help you?
Oh, hi. I was just very first time to join, so I've not really got much questions at the moment. I think I've got a first demonstration tomorrow.
Okay.
But if you did have any newbie advice for somebody who's just joining, what would you share?
I would say that you have to sign up to the tutorial site and then watch the first few courses of Zenler. But I would say that if you already have onboarding experience tomorrow, which is, a tour of Zenler tomorrow, I would let you watch that and then ask your questions so that I don't
Okay,
confuse you.
lovely. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Jacob, just share your support ticket with me and I'll speak to the support.
Yeah, I was just about to find it in my all too many emails,
Okay.
but it should be in the chat in like 2 seconds. Um, there you go. Okay. Yep. You
Okay,
have it?
I'll just, yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's actually really strange. So the new survey, well, system is quite easy to set up the surveys, but afterwards, settings and renaming it, all those things, I can't figure out how to do it actually. So I spent a lot of time trying and doing my best there. Yeah.
All right. I will first put this to support, and then when you say renaming, are you talking about the custom domain?
No. But well, the way that I understand now surveys work is that you create a funnel, or you can use it inside a funnel, and then you have this little tabs called surveys. You create a survey in there. When you then want to do a report on the survey answers, then you have to select which survey it is that you want to run the report on. And we just want to make some changes, etc. But it's not really possible. Yeah, but I reached out to support team. I did send them some screenshots, etc. But they said, well, they cannot replicate it. So it would be great if you can take it further from there.
Okay, all right. I've already, written, like I'll try to expedite this, and as soon as I get a response, I'll share it with you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.